Yeah, so we're gonna officially this morning, we're gonna stop counting this as like walking day 43. We're starting over. We're on the Portuguese way, and this is our third day of walking on the Portuguese way. So here we go, third day. We completed. I gotta have some completion to the French way.
Well, we will not be the first ones that have completed the Camino and found an emptiness. And I said the joke, probably said it already, but maybe we died on the Camino and this is our punishment, that we have to help other pilgrims along the way. Or we could just be alive and our purpose is to help other pilgrims along the way. Yeah.
Emptiness is the wrong word, because I feel very full over what I did on the French way. Like there's a letdown behind it. Maybe that's the way anything that you do that's like this wow thing, there's this kind of coming down off of it. I mean, shoot, we've even had that when Raymond turned 50. We had like this big birthday party and we rode the high on that birthday party for like, and then you kind of, it's like you kind of crash. It's almost a crash. Like you crash from a, I don't know, from being high. So it could be drugs or whatever, I guess. There's a crash back into reality.
Well, and again, I'm going to say, you know what, those people, there's an organization in Santiago called Aqui, Now, K, what? And now what? And so it's really a debriefing. And so we're not alone. No two ways about it. The Portuguese way is a little bit different. It's not nearly as well marked out. It's much more, well, then again, we're not really on the real trail. So to be fair,
we're taking the littoral way along the coast. This is actually on the kind of inland a little bit right now.
Yeah, we're walking out. We spent 3 days because we liked it was a fifth floor flat in Vila Conde. Well, there's the area here.
I know, but it's taking you, I'm telling you.
All right.
So the deal with the Portuguese way is there are like 3 different routes that interweave. There's the littoral route that goes all the way along the coast. There's the coastal route, which, don't be confused, that goes more along the coast but still interior.
Where are we going?
And then there's the central route, and they interweave, so you can kind of choose and go in different ways.
Well, and one thing, so along the coastal route, it's not like these cute little Portuguese.
Not the coastal route, so he's confused. He has to look at it. The coastal route is still interior. The littoral route is literally along the coast. Let's cross over.
Yeah, so these coastal villages they're much more commercial than I would have thought. I would have thought that, you know, they're going to be these cute little small Portuguese villages, kind of like what we saw when we were in the rural areas in Spain. But it's not. If it's got a beach, it's got development, because people want to be near the water, and Portugal is probably an inexpensive place for people to buy condos to live by the sea. So, you sure it's down here? Yeah, I'm sure. Melissa, I got 1 centimeter on either side of the car. Well, so Melissa corrected, and the coastal route follows the villages, but it's not necessarily on the actual physical coast. The littoral route, which is probably not the official.
It's sprung up.
Yeah, it's like it evolved out of, I guess, people's personal desire. And so anyway, that's where we're going right now. There should be like boardwalks or walkways, but we'll report and we'll find out.
Well, that's what we've been walking the last 2 days.
Well, the coastal route can be kind of busy too, because it's going through small little roads going through the village, which are really echoey. So I mean, I can feel it already. It's a lot quieter, a bit quieter. So
there's also
we'll
something
see.
about,
Seeing the
there's
ocean.
that whole thing of going down to Finisterre and Luxia at the end of your French way, or after you get to Santiago. That's kind of like a tradition that some people do. And I really wanted to see the coast. Something about that finality of the land.
Yeah, fin de terra.
It definitely, like, there was a, when I saw the coast the first time a couple days ago, and then yesterday we went to the beach and just spent the day there, and it was really nice. It was not crowded, and we found this little rock outcropping, and Raymond did a painting, and it was very, very peaceful. And yeah, I guess I'm searching for that peace again.
Well, we're here.
And ultimately, that's what I want to take home. I want to take home that peace is my default, not chaos.
A little visual help to get you there.
There's something about water.
Well, it's probably where we all sprung forth from the world. Oh boy, that's pretty cool actually, like the little breakwaters. So
Smells salt.
that's yeah. Well, so this is the Littoral.
Like,
I mean, this is a beach road, but it's probably going to be plugged along the way with all these condos. And I would guess that people from Europe all own a little condo or here because it's probably cooler temperature, so it's not going to be as fun to go in the water because it is a little bit nippy. And a quick note, so you see there on the lifeguard stand there's a green flag, and that means that you can go swimming today. If it was yellow, it means you can only go up to your waist. But I can see
it is much more calm today.
Yeah, so
interesting.
I mean the water's still a bit chippy, but and I think it's a rule. I don't think you can go out there when the flag is yellow or red and go swimming because the lifeguard doesn't want to risk his life either to try to save your life. So there's chilled beach. On Porto, and you want to pick this? I'm not so sure about that. It's like this looks like condo after condo after condo. I'm not too sure about this site.
Well, again, we've got accommodations for the night, so.
Well, I mean, to me this is as far as the eye can see, condo after condo after condo. This actually kind of blows. I would not recommend this. Exactly what we didn't like about Porto. So I mean, in a way we had to do the coastal just to give you an idea what that's like, but this I would avoid. This isn't fun, it's not interesting, it's
Let's figure out that triangle.
Okay, so because everything is such a development here, we're here and we're just going to be walking all along. I mean, maybe it kind of blows out over here by the time you get to this beach area.
No, because that's a beach. That's going to be full of condos.
So we're thinking of taking a cab and skipping and going up to this point, which would be basically. You can kind of see this is a lot of development here with all those little sides. That's all going to be developed. Well, so we are on the Littoral route, and man, it really kind of blows. I mean, if there's beach, there's just development after development after development. It's not that interesting. So I think we're going to do is we're going to get some Wi-Fi, we're going to get an Uber, and we're going to go up the coast about 7 minutes drive, and hopefully we're trying to skip most of this development, because to me it's just not interesting, and I wouldn't recommend it. Certainly not after you finish the French way and you're in nothing but nature. Now you're schlepping along a highly developed area. That does not look like fun at all to walk. That's exactly what we were avoiding in Porto. And you know, again, the guidebooks, the people who've done the trail really don't go into a whole lot of detail. They just make you walk along the beach, and it's not that spectacular. So anyway, we're gonna, for €4.90, less than €5, we're gonna take an Uber and just see if we can cut through this up here and get past where it turns into a little bit more natural. So how long for the Uber? A white? 1 minute. So we got an Uber on the way. I'm sure even a bus would have been at least 1.5. I mean, it's not that interesting. For let me give you an idea of what you're missing. It looked just like Porto, Melissa. This is like Miami, like Rio de Janeiro. Okay, so about 8 minutes later, we're here. I mean, that just feels like a huge breath off. Okay, so where did we get dumped off at? What's the name? Praia, which is playa.
Praia. Mestre.
Mestre.
Mestre. M-E-S-T-R-A.
And that's our Uber. Very nice fella from Portugal. That's about the third Portuguese. Huh? Yeah, from Brazil. Okay, so this is more like what we were looking for. So basically what we did is we skipped that horrid condo casino. I mean, even here, I mean, I'd be happy just to go to the beach now. So I mean, you have to do that. I mean, again, if you're not me, that's fine. You go ahead and you walk it. But if there's somebody watching this video and you're more into this is why you want to watch my videos, period.
Pick up an Uber and
pick up an Uber. So like less than €5 for 2 people. I mean, even the bus would have been at least €2, and who knows where it would have dumped you.
You can tell on like Maps Me where the condos end, and it's usually where there's a big spread of yellow beach. That's where all the condos are going to be. This beach right here that you're looking at, it's not, it is clearly a beach, but it's not protected or anything. Well, there's nothing here. I mean,
yeah, which I don't get. I mean, I don't, this is like, and maybe the water's more wild.
Yeah, like you can't swim.
There's no life, well, there is lifeguards. Look. Down there. So we don't know, we're not from here. It's just the way development is. So anyway, very smart. The Ubers are quick to get you. The cars are nice. The drivers are very nice. Don't expect them to speak English. They're probably not going to. So
beautiful. There's nobody here.
Yeah, man, this is more like our style.
Much more calm.
Yeah, now I feel like walking to the beach and just putzing around or hanging out or doing nothing. I also just
over an hour of walking through condo buildings.
Yeah, it's like what's
cars after
cars. That's not the Camino. I mean, and even if you took the coastal route, which is inland from,
it still comes back here.
It still comes back here. So, but it comes back. Doesn't the Camino the central route come into this area right here? If you stayed on the central route, that would have been smarter to have stayed on the central route.
No, it doesn't come back here.
It doesn't.
No, there's a place in another couple of days that you can take a detour and it'll take you to the center. But the central route truly is more central. It doesn't, you're not coming back to the coast.
Yeah, so I think that the lesson here is just be prepared to skip those sections, take an Uber, get out of those airs and get into this more natural, because this is what you want. This is what we're wanting. It just energetically feels right, period. Wind coming off, but man, I tell you, this is my kind of a beach. That's how we left, and it's nice and chilled here. So like there's not even, it's chilly even in the air. Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for, was more remote, off the path, a whole lot less people, and look, you're actually out in the countryside. Not development after development and a casino. That is so not our jam. So the pivot there was, it is worth it for €4, €5 to skip a highly developed area and get to where you can walk. This is what you want. There's nothing pilgrim about walking through a casino, sorry. And now I'm completely fine with just vectoring off to the left and going to the sea and just hanging out. So what? It's not developed. So what if there's no lifeguard? And also can tell just by the water, the foam on the water, that it doesn't have the type of pollution that those other cities have. Still, I can still see pollution out there though.
Right. This is so beautiful.
Yeah, this is what we were looking for right here, right now.
We're gonna do the parts we like, and we're gonna Uber through the parts that we don't.
We're gonna do the parts we like and Uber through the parts we don't. In case you didn't hear the boss. See, so I see some of this permanent foam that's in the water. It's not foam from the ocean, and it's got that brown, that's pollution, man. And I think that's what's hard about, you know, like you can't have all of that development, all of that sewage, all of those toilets and dishwashing, and not have this affluence end up. So, I mean, it's really hard to. Yeah. I think over there we'd get more of a windbreak. But, I mean, I'm not liking that foam in that water, man. That's pollution.
No, but maybe over there.
That's the price of development right there, that brown, foamy, phosphorus stuff. And it just seems like it hugs these little inlets because there's like no place for it to go. Anyway, I think that's the downside with all of that development. You're going to have that pollution, and who knows where they dump. You know, I think there's always that competition between countries wanting to bring in wealth and them taking care of their resources. Well, the weather changed really quick on us. It's just like in one breath, more like 3 breaths, but yeah, we're in the middle of June. This is really the summer season. It just begun on the 15th. I think it's probably like the 17th or 18th. And as our taxi cab driver said, it blows all the time. And it blows. That's the Atlantic. That's a real ocean. Not too many things on the Camino, so a little less wind, a little less rain. Looks like that bad boy's blown through. This looks like what I was expecting more of, small little villages. Sun wants to get out. I think that thing blew through. Still, we got a good wind. I love the boardwalk. That's more the village that I was sort of expecting we would see more of. Kind of nondescript. Nice little golf course. Beautiful looking grass.
It's an hour walk, but you know, that means 3 miles.
Going right into the wind. Let's see if he's got anything. Well, you can see the slices back in. I have to admit, it's an impressive walkway. Again, I don't think this is strictly put in for the pilgrims. But boy, what a great infrastructure to incorporate into the trail. I would say if people are touting the Portuguese way, if it's more like this, then then this is cool. And then I can see how you can get into it because you're weaving in and out of nature instead of along man's asphalt and concrete cities, which really blow. But boy, this is, you know, it's nice. You can hear the ocean in the background. I mean, you're really in the thick of nature here. So certainly this segment right here that we're in is a jewel, and I do wonder if the coastal route, which is more inland than what we started, whether more of it's going to be like this. So we will do more of the coastal route to get a feel for what that section's like. I mean, this is worth looking at. Look at this. Somebody took the time and wrote Young Yankee class of 73. Like, that's some very, very nice writing.
I wrote on mine.
We made it. Lost the Camino 2024. I mean, here's one. I mean, somebody took a lot of time to. This has felt like the Camino. There's more pilgrims. There are actually signs that say the coastway.
It's nice.
There's the boardwalk. You're more into nature. You actually see more of those signs. This is the first time we've seen them.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty
so
much the whole way.
Yeah, the whole way. And I would almost suggest that you start from if you're going to start in Porto, that you take a bus and you skip the major development, because I mean, again,
I don't think we're out of the woods on these major developments.
I don't
so.
either, because if it's a beach, you're going to have condos. I mean, it's warm. They've got the ocean. People are going to want to be there, and there's just the drive to develop.
And I would suspect that if this is your first Camino, you're just going to say, well, that's the way it is. You walk through where there's nice places, and then you walk through where there's condos and development and noise and things like that. But I think because
these are Portuguese flowers.
I don't feel proud that I did the Camino. I feel full. It's a fullness and
well, but see, if you felt full, why would you want to do another segment? If you're full, that means you're full.
There's something cathartic. There's something needing catharsis about what I went through and my thoughts and who I became, to maybe try to solidify that, because it's there. And I think I got really jarred
with
by the practicals that kind of like got thrown out. I think that's why I kind of freaked out right when we were leaving Porto. It was, I don't want to arrange any more travel. I don't want to do that right now, because my brain is full. My heart is full of all this stuff that I just experienced, and I have no room for practicals. And so I'm kind of breaking down a little bit, too much.
Like you went on the path of releasing all of your material goods, and now you're stepping into a world that says you need to get all this material stuff, and you said, wait a minute.
And you need to be like all these practical things, not the simple practical.
And that's a real church in Portugal. We haven't seen a lot of that. A beautiful sky. Okay, see, this is what I was expecting. This is more like a Camino. Okay, you could turn that thing into an albergue. Yeah, so validated by that German woman, and the validation is that people seem a little bit different on the Portuguese way. They don't have, and again, I don't want to jinx things, but I know what she meant, and you can kind of feel it in their eyes. It's less about their processing and purpose, and more that the walk is their purpose instead of, so. But again, I kind of said that before, and then you kind of limit. So I do feel like it's my job, if you will, to interface with people and help to bring that other element out. So, and now she did say something interesting about she liked the female energy, and which is kind of rough because I'm a dude. So Well, we'll just leave that at that. All right, this is our town. I mean, it ain't cute, but boy, it's better than all of those ugly buildings, high rises. So it is a smaller village for sure, and that's preferred. I suppose if you finish the Camino and you have to get back on the plane because your time is done, and you get back into your real world, you probably have less time to perseverate over it. And you know, you did your shtick, and now you got to go back to the real world. And
I do think that maybe that's why, because it was a curiosity as we were doing it, that people do it over and over and over again. And I think they're trying to recreate this thing to process through it. Because it's kind of like a trauma, but like in a good way, good trauma.
I think a piece of very good advice is to talk to other pilgrims when they're walking. I found people to be very open, very susceptible to conversation, and I think they even wanted it. It's almost like everybody on the Camino is looking for that connect, and somebody almost has to initiate that. And so because I'm doing a film, I had more of a intention, like, okay, I kind of need to film a few people and have a conversation so that I would initiate it, because I was somewhat more invested. But if you're not doing that, you still should go up to other pilgrims, say, how are you, what's your day, why are you doing the Camino, and it just opens up, and you will find that people are quite generous with their experiences. Any more, Melissa?